Hello, and welcome back to Sage and Summit's YouTube channel. Today I'm recording from home in front of the fireplace because it just started snowing and it's so beautiful. There's a topic that bubbled up over the past 6 weeks. What type of leader are you? Leadership approaches, leadership styles vary between leaders. But the way in which we delegate, which we achieve results through and with people varies. And some models work better than others. So the question is, which leader are you? Today we're going to look at two polarized and a middle one. There's the friend leader who values harmony, collaboration, friendship, the whole family feeling above everything. Or the dictator, the authoritarian dictator who values command and control above everything. Relationship focus, task focus. And there's a middle ground. In today's polarized world, these two comfort zones are still well and alive. And here's the truth. Both positions hold a massive, unsustainable cost to people. It has an unsustainable cost to the leader, their teams, the organization's progress. So over the next 50 minutes, I'm going to break down those costs and give you 5 concrete steps to move to the middle ground. The healthy, middle, balanced, people-centered approach that drives real accountability. So what are the costs? The friend leader first. That's the leader with a lower power distance. That's the leader that leads from the middle laterally. We are all peers. We are all here together to do great things. It sounds excellent. But sometimes this leader sacrifices accountability for comfort. So the costs. The first one is accountability paralysis, the inability to hold people accountable. I mean, how do you discipline friends or family members? Lack of clarity. Decisions are slow, expectations are fuzzy because these leaders do not set down firm boundaries. And then the cost to the leader. The leader carries the emotional weight of being the therapist, the confidant, the friend, the family member, the mother, the father, the babysitter, leading to absolute exhaustion and a lack of respect in decision-making moments. Not a good picture. The dictator, the person with a high power distance. This leader relies on fear and compliance, not commitment. And the costs are silence and stagnation, a complete destruction of psychological safety. Nobody speaks up. If you don't move, you can't get hurt. Mistakes are hidden. Innovation dies. The second one, high turnover. Talent leaves at the first chance they get because really, let's face it, who's got time for that? They comply and they don't commit. They work for paychecks. I will do what I need to do to get the money I need to get until I get a job that I really like. And for the leader, they live in an echo chamber. The leader only hears what they want to hear. And therefore, they go backwards. Their personal development goes backwards. Their blind spots keep on growing. And ultimately, this leads to major organizational failures. The middle ground is the healthy power distance, where you are respected for your role and your ability to lead, your capacity to make decisions. However, the leader is approachable enough to hear the truth. And there are 5 ways to get there. But first, what does the healthy middle sound like as opposed to the 2 extremes? It's not a compromise between yelling or whispering. It's a completely different language altogether. It is the language of assertion. It's the language of respectful authority. Let's look at the three scenarios and separate dictators, friends, and balanced leaders. So you'll notice the difference in the balanced leader. They're not trying to be popular. They're also not trying to use their title as a weapon. They're very clear, objective, and curious. And that is the foundation of a healthy power distance. So let's look at scenario one, handling missed deadlines. Has that ever happened in your organization? Yep, I guess so. So the dictator. The Q3 report is late. This is unacceptable. I expect this to be on my desk in an hour. No excuses. Just do it. The friend leader. Hey, don't worry about the Q report being late. I know you've been so stressed with everything. So you get it to me when you can, okay? I'll deal with the board and we'll figure this out. Yep. The balance power leader. The Q3 report missed the committed deadline of 5 p.m. Help me understand what factors derailed the process this week so that we can reset and protect the new commitment. Humble inquiry. Problem? Help me understand what the process is so that we can reset and protect the commitment. It's clear. It's not friendly. It's not nasty. It just is. It's assertive. What about scenario two, making a strategic decision? Dictator. I've reviewed the options and decided we're going with option A. Your job is to execute. If you have any questions, refer to the memo. Endless consensus of the friend. What do you think, guys? Should we go with option A or option B? I don't want anybody feel left out or unhappy. So let's keep talking until everybody feels good about this. And we'll talk until the cows come home. The middle ground, the decisive collaborative. Well, crew, I've listened to all the input on options A and B. Based on our current budget, the decision is A. Your role is now to help me identify the top 3 risks in executing this plan. Clear? Still collaborative. And we know where we are, we know where we're going. Let's look at the third one, last one here. Giving direct performance feedback. I mean, how often is it necessary to do that? Weekly? Yeah. Okay, dictator. Frankly, your communication skills are terrible. You need to stop rambling and start being concise. So, fix it. The evasion softener approach. Oh, you're doing great overall. Just maybe sometimes, if you have a minute, try to be a little clearer. But, don't worry about it too much. It's okay. Third approach, in the middle, objective coaching approach. I observed 3 instances this week where stakeholders expressed confusion because the presentation lacked a clear agenda. To improve, let's look at Amy Edmondson's tools for clarity. What is your plan to structure your next presentation? Clear? Kind? Straightforward? Action-orientated? So what are the 5 steps to move from the 2 poles, from being the dictator or the friend to the comfortable middle? The first one I propose is don't ask, inquire, based on Shine's Humble Inquiry. Good book to read. Stop pretending you don't know the answer or telling the answer. Go to genuine curiosity. If a process fails, instead of jumping in to fix it, ask, help me understand the steps that led to this outcome. This gives respect to the person's expertise and distances the critique from the person. There's a problem, there's a person. As soon as the person is the problem, we get defense. As soon as two people are standing this side of the table fixing a problem, we get collaboration. We all know that it's often the person executing the process that could be the problem. But if we want to get to a solution, we're focusing on the problem. 2, formalize commitments. Separate professional obligation to personal favor. Friend leaders use vague verbal requests. Instead, document, document, document. All tasks, deadlines, metrics must be written down and formally committed to. Accountability is now against the document, not against the leader. In other words, we're having a conversation about new goals or any goal. We have a verbal discourse about what needs to happen by when, how much, and how. And having your Read AI or AI assistant in the conversation, whether it's in person or online, the commitments get documented, so you don't even have to write it and decipher your handwriting afterwards anymore. Get the summary, put it in an email. It's like, this is what we agreed on. I look forward to continuing discussion, or I look forward to a follow-up next week. It's on paper. It's wallpaper. It's on an email. 3, master the contagious calm. An element of emotional intelligence. Maintaining respect during conflict. We have to be the emotional thermostat in the room, not the thermometer. Thermostat, you can adjust the temperature. Thermometer measures the temperature. The one is in control, the other one is just telling something. When we set a boundary or correct performance, we can't go into this conversation with emotion. So drop it. If we are calm, the other person has the mindset to stay on the issue because they're not defending themselves from our anger. So as leaders, being calm at all times helps us to get through to people. And there's a whole biological thing behind that, which I'm not going to explain in this video. 4th, draw the decision line. Bain's rapid framework. Clear authority protects professional relationships. And I'm going to say it again. Clear authority protects professional relationships. In the healthy middle, where things are collaborative, but some things aren't, we can clearly communicate which decisions are collaborative, where do I need input, and which are yours alone to decide. And the minute you make a final decision, you're acting in your role, not as their friend, also not as a dictator. It is the leader's job to make decisions and then rally the troops to execute on that decision. 5, cultivate psychological safety. In Edmonton's fearless organization, safety is the foundation of mutual respect. A dictator punishes mistakes and a friend ignores them. The balanced leader in the middle treats mistake as learning moments. Now, I'll probably do another YouTube just after this one about those learning moments. The first learning moment is a learning moment or a mistake, which is a learning moment. The second one is a choice. Create a policy. It's okay to make a mistake. It's not okay to hide it. And it's also not okay to keep on making the same mistake. It establishes a professional expectation that supersedes the personal relationship. So, in a nutshell, being a respected leader is not about being popular or feared. It's about being clear and calm and kind. Kind, not nice, kind. It's the clarity of roles and expectations that helps to create a healthy power distance. The other part that helps to create a healthy power distance is your leadership presence. It's what you bring into room, the aura, the demeanor, the gravitas, all that. That's another conversation. But ultimately, in this one, if we can get clarity of roles and expectations, it will allow people to do their best work with confidence and commitment. It will also help the leader to hold people accountable with ease. And that's it for today. I will see you next time. If this resonated with you, like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to see you again.